Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Monday Night Wellness Stories. I'm Sherry Danzig, and it is always my pleasure to welcome you either live or listening to this as a recording, where we get together and we share stories, these fabulous technologies, these fabulous products that create um, magic, I would say. Great relief, great support in better energy, faster recovery, feeling overall better and more vibrant and with better well-being. And that all happens with these natural energy technologies from Nikken. So tonight you're going to hear some brief stories, a few stories that the focus today is on the sleep mask. We have so many products and it can be a little overwhelming. So it's kind of fun to some nights that we focus in on a particular product. You're not going to hear any explanation of the technology, but rather a story that someone has had. And then please get with the person that invited you to listen and talk to them, and they can fill in the gaps as far as whatever it is that you need to know, maybe some more resources. But these are all about pure stories that we love to share because the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. As a massage therapist for over 30 years, I know that people really respond to what they can feel. And there, you can be as skeptical as you want to be about magnets and the bioceramic technology and all these technologies. You can be skeptical, it doesn't matter. The body experiences what it experiences no matter what. And so the products really speak for themselves. So that's part of the reason that it's really fun to share these stories. So, Lynn, if you'll go ahead and unmute and share, you've got a story about the sleep mask.
Yes, absolutely. I've always had a sleep mask, and my upline used to say, "Oh my God, I love it." He said, Paula would say, "It sort of calms my busy brain when I go to bed."
Mhm.
Never paid attention, I have it, used it occasionally. But recently, I've been going, I went a couple trips with girlfriends, and I said, you know what? I should bring it. And it was not so much the busy brain. We were on holidays at a cottage, but I loved the fresh air and lights from the neighbors. They got things going on. I would put my sleep mask on, and it was magical. Just the calmness, the dark. And one morning, everybody was up, and they said, "Where's Lynn?" Because I'm usually the first one making the coffee. And when Sherry said, "Lynn, what happened?" I said, "I could not believe it is one of the best sleeps I've ever had." Of course, I was at a cottage. So since then, I do not go to bed without my sleep mask. And Paula was right. It just calms you down. You feel that cocoon of your bed, and the mask just finishes it off. And you have this incredible um, additional help to have a great sleep. So I won't go to bed without my mask anymore.
I hear you, Lynn. That's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and share a story myself, and I couldn't agree more with what you said about it calming the brain down, because we are we're so programmed to be on during the day, and it can be difficult, particularly for some people, to shut the brain down. Their just minds are chattering, or I get stories of people that wake up in the middle of the night and then they have a hard time going back to sleep. And my experience with the sleep mask is that it's part of my sleep ritual. So I know that when I'm making my bed in the morning, my sleep mask goes under my pillow so that I can find it. I literally kind of panic if I can't put my hands on it. If I've moved it someplace else or it's fallen, behind the bed, I cannot sleep without that. I don't sleep well without the sleep mask. It's the last thing I do before I really, kind of get myself in position, and it simply tells my brain it's time to shut down. It feels there's a part of it that's hard to even give it words. It's part of my that sense of just shutting down, feeling safe. I feel cocooned because I can't see anything, so it's like I get to kind of go into myself within, and it's a prompt for letting me do that. In addition, the technologies, even though we're not describing the technologies, but they are there that help to relax. There are so many muscles in our eyes and our forehead, our temples, our sinus points. There's a lot going on in our head. And so, sometimes people say, "Oh, I have a sleep mask." And what they're talking about is really a piece of cotton that is designed to block out the light. And that's a good thing. I mean, you really do need, like what you're saying, Lynn, you do need support to have the light blocked out, because when you block that light out, it helps the brain to produce the kind of chemicals, the melatonin, that says it's time to sleep. And so we need to have a dark room. You need to be sleeping in a completely dark room. If you want to hear more about sleep, by the way, um, I'll be speaking about sleep tomorrow night on the Balanced Life, Happy Life, because the sleep section of the Wellness Home is what's up. And so I'll get to share more about the sleep. But that mask is something, and here's the thing that's interesting too. The products can be used in so many creative ways that you might use it at night for your sleep mask. And then if you have a hip that bothers you or a shoulder that bothers you, or you're having a little upset tummy, or you need a little extra support on your back, that sleep mask can be put anywhere on your body. And it's a flexible material. So I've kind of put it around my shoulder because I injure my shoulder all the time from playing tennis. And it kind of hugs the whole shoulder, front and back. So that sleep mask is not just for sleeping. You can use it in so many different ways. It has all those technologies that is about harnessing Mother Nature's perfect energy. So I don't go anywhere without it as well. I actually have the older one because, after a while, it kind of wear and tear doesn't stay on my head as much. So I have that one that I don't use anymore. It's in my bedside table because there have been a few occasions where I've come back from a trip driving. I get in, I don't even feel like pulling my suitcase upstairs. And I realize I've gotten in bed. It's like, oh gosh, I don't want to go back downstairs. So this is maybe complete laziness. But I have literally, not wanted to go back downstairs and get my sleep mask. So I have my backup sleep mask. If something was to happen to it, that's where it's handy. I love it that much. Okay, well, we're going to keep it short and sweet tonight. And we thank you for being on and listening to our stories. Share these stories with other people that want to get better sleep. That's all for now.